She's Jenna Riesacker, former actuary science major and lover of vegan BuzzFeed videos.
And she's Grace Gozy, unacclaimed writer and average collegiate improver.
Together, we have just enough architectural knowledge to gain the keys to some of the world's most innovative living spaces. This is World's Most Extraordinary Homes.
Today, we've been given the keys to one of the most exquisite buildings of the 19th century, built by architect and Dr. H.H. Holmes. This building brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, a home away from home.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this building is known as the Murder Castle by its locals.
That's right.
I love that already we have evidence of the building having a conversation with its community and truly cultivating its own identity. Oh look, I think I see the building.
Magnificent.
Ooh, let's go inside.
Before we do that, let's talk about the setting.
I find it rather clever that Holmes chose Englewood to pursue this business. Not only is Chicago booming due to the World's Fair, but Englewood in particular is growing as well.
I completely agree. There's so many local attractions. The YMCA, the Cook County Normal School, and the Timmerman Opera House. The placing of this hotel could not be more convenient.
Or practical, it provides a cheap refuge for young women and families that just want to experience not only the fair, but also just city life. Young women especially are becoming more independent, moving away from their families and needing places to stay that are just like Holmes's hotel.
All right, enough already. I just want to go inside and meet this handsome devil I've heard so much about.
Good day, ladies.
Hi.
Now remember, my home is your home, so please explore like this is the last hotel you'll ever see.
Bye. Wow, he is so charming. I can already see the appeal of this place without even starting a self-tour.
It's truly phenomenal how much of a perfect host he is. He's extremely personable and makes the environment feel warm and welcoming, and he's even known to give the tenants gentle touches.
I don't mind gentle touches one bit.
Let's go in. Holmes first started with the pharmacy on the ground floor.
My, how his empire has grown.
Indeed, and it's important that he keeps this pharmacy going and his ground floor growing.
You mean he shouldn't just be focusing on his hotel?
Precisely. It's not only important to his brand that he keeps his original business running, but humans by nature tend to judge books by their covers.
I see what you're saying. This bottom floor serves as an amazing first impression. It entices potential guests with its success and lively nature.
You got it. Not only does the first floor contain a drugstore run by Holmes, but it contains several other businesses, such as a barbershop and this restaurant, all of which offer positions to young, independent women who are taking this city by storm.
What a generous soul.
Should we head up?
Of course!
Within these walls, Holmes has made the hallways narrow and jagged, giving almost a labyrinth sort of feel, which is particularly highlighted by the lack of light.
These dead ends and seemingly endless corridors really give the hotel an adventurous feel. Normally when I'm staying in a hotel, I know I'm going to live, but Holmes leaves this question of survival unanswered.
Actually, studies show that spatial hierarchy is important in building design. Like, when hallways and rooms make spatial sense, then people feel more comfortable in them. Holmes' rooms are all sporadic and make absolutely no logical sense.
Pish posh. Holmes knows what he's doing. If he didn't, why would he have this much success?
Another thing that Holmes does particularly well is incorporate closets, not only in the rooms themselves, but also in the hallways. Obviously for holding supplies necessary to keep up the hotel and nothing else.
My comment on these closets is how contemporary they are. The designs resemble vaults or inhabitable panic rooms, and I just love that Holmes subverts the expectation of what a closet should look like and truly just makes it his own.
Absolutely. Shall we go check out a room?
I thought you'd never ask.
This is actually Holmes's personal room. Here in the closet is a panel that controls all of the gas jets throughout the entire hotel.
He's simply a genius. If this panel was anywhere else in the hotel, who knows what kind of danger his guests would be in?
I mean, isn't it kind of weird that he has gas jets at all?
What Look, another vault!
We decided to talk to a few individuals regarding their relationship with Dr. H. Holmes and his magnificent hotel.
Tell us, what was it like working on such a magnificent structure?
Strange?
Because it challenges the standards that have been previously set in the field?
No, because that Holmes guy was constantly firing people. Plus, I never saw him paying any sort of bills or insurance. Okay, sure, it's the 19th century, safety guidelines aren't great, but this guy barely even consulted an architect. I don't even know if he got any kind of permit.
I mean, he is a doctor. Surely he has enough smarts to know how to build a building.
That's not exactly. The dude asked me if I wanted to drop a brick on a fellow worker's head for more money.
Well, thanks for your commentary. It really gave us insight on being a part of the process to create this hotel.
Okay.
So tell me, how do you feel about staying here?
Oh, I simply love it. Dr. Holmes is just so charming and kind. He really brings a light to the place, which, between you guys and I, can be a little bit bleak sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not even noticeable when Dr. Holmes is around. And he's just so forgiving and flexible, never bogging down on the girls for the rent when they check out early or leave without notice.
How generous.
My only real complaint is that sometimes it smells like chemicals, but, I mean, he's a physician, so what are you gonna do? Between us, I think he might be trying to court me.
Wow, congrats!
I know, it's exciting. He's the perfect man, so honest. No skeletons in the closet or anything, you know?
What's that?
It's probably just for some medical thing he's been working on.
Next, we decided to take a look at the man himself, H. Holmes, and ask him some of our most pressing questions.
So, where did the inspiration for all this start?
Well, ever since I acquired Holton's drugstore years ago, I was interested in this land that is now my hotel. Englewood was, and is, a blooming community, and I wanted to contribute to that growth by creating businesses for young women and men. When the announcement of the fair was made, I decided that a hotel would be the perfect way to utilize this space. By no means is it a crazy fancy, but it's comfortable and cheap enough to get the right kind of customers through the door.
A man of the working people. I love it. Comments have been made that your building is a dead space, and it is apparent that you didn't consult an architect, or at least a competent one. What is your response?
It is true that I did not hire an architect. I myself designed the building, playing the roles of architect and demanding contractor. You see, sometimes I am too organized for my own good. I like to stay in control of my own projects. So this led to me having to lay off many workers, which I hate to do. But they weren't up for the task of carrying out my vision just the way I wanted it. Asked too many questions, wanted too much compensation for their work. You know how workers are nowadays with union ideas.
Of course. That completely makes sense.
I really only had a core group of individuals who understood the full extent of my design. It's just easier to work with a small group of trusted friends. Although the construction moved slowly with labor problems, we were able to develop ways to save money through loans and insurance.
Brilliant.
Researchers say that buildings and cities can affect our mood and our well-being, and that specialized cells in the hippocampal region of our brains are attuned to the geometry and arrangement of the spaces that we inhabit. Some male guests have made the observation that your hotel is bleak and strange, with passages that go off in unexpected directions, and that your gas lamps have been installed in haphazard intervals along the corridor, leaving pockets of gloom. How do you think this mentally affects your visitors?
The thing is, women are more open to adventure and new opportunities. Times are changing and allowing these young women to explore city life here in Chicago. Men, meanwhile, they just tend to see the whole thing all wrong. Ladies, this is no Palmer House. Also, men can be awfully jealous of other, more successful men, don't you agree?
Yeah.
I am truly sorry if my hotel has ever had any negative effects on the lives of its residents. But I'm no architect like Burnham, so can you blame me, ladies, if I make a mistake along the way?
No.
Okay, but like it's been proven that one thing that is guaranteed to make people feel negative about living in a space is that constant feeling of being lost or disoriented. A sense of direction is equally important inside buildings. And your hotel has dark corridors pocketed with way too many doors and lots of passages veered at odd angles. Not to mention, haven't like a lot of girls who've stayed at your hotel gone missing?
Oh, Allie, shh. That is so rude. I'm so sorry, Lee. I'm just terribly sorry.
Girls, calm down. It's quite all right. I'm not offended. They are fair observations. I personally have never found my hotel hard to navigate, and if a guest ever did, I would be more than willing to help them through the halls and make them feel right at home. In terms of the missing girls, their disappearances weigh heavy on my heart. I am always willing to give families any information they may need to find their daughters, because Chicago can be dangerous. And there is nothing more devastating to me than the thought of a young girl misplaced in the city.
Are you kidding me?
Shut up, Allie! Wow, this has been extraordinarily informative. Thank you so much for sharing your extraordinary home with us.
Anytime, ladies. Now, if you'll be so gracious as to excuse me, I have to go take care of some pressing issues.
Are you ready for our last stop? The basement! The basement features a unique array of decor, ranging from medical equipment to a kiln.
I love how he has brought his personal passion of medicine and medical research into the hotel. Wherever we are throughout the structure, I have this aroma of chemicals that I feel just really captures what this man is about.
Personally, I am a huge fan of the kiln. A regular fireplace is not only dull, but impractical. A heating vessel of this magnitude is exactly what we need to heat a building this size.
Fun fact about the furnace, a man who worked on it said that it is not unlike a crematory for dead bodies, with the provision already described that there would be no odor coming from the furnace.
That is
Creepy?
so innovative! Again, home subverts expectations of the normal and makes something contemporary and unique. His architecture truly speaks to the saying, not everything is what it seems to be.
Yes, I completely agree. This space has an aura of mystery, complemented by the scent of uncombusted gas and medicinal odor. It has a life of its own, and it's truly a home. Architecture can be modern, but at the end of the day, if it's not lived in, what's the point?
Yes, speaking of the scent of uncombusted gas, it seems to be getting stronger. Are you getting that as well?
I am indeed. In fact, maybe this is one of Dr. Holmes' pressing issues that he was taking care of.
I'm sure, yeah.
Guys, I have a bad feeling about this.
No,
I think we need to leave.
I'm sure it's okay.
It's fine. We're fine.
Dr. Holmes,